I think it's about time that we draw a line in the sand and we distinguish the difference between a good person and a righteous person. A lot of people live toe up, do toe up things, and they consider themselves a good person. So they'll understand sometimes the seeds that they reap from the discord that they've sown. A good person could be a thief. A good person could be a killer. A good person could be anybody. And I'm saying that they could be a good person because they might have a standard or a moral to who they steal from or who they kill. You understand? Like there's a standard. Like, oh, I'm going to kill this person, but I ain't going to kill no women, kids. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody I know or no family. I ain't going to steal from them either. That's the only part that makes you good. But you're not righteous because you're breaking the laws and commandments, my baby. And a righteous person is somebody that abides by the laws, commandments, and just obedient to Yah's word, period. That's what makes one righteous. I'm not going to steal, kill, or try to destroy my neighbor because the second greatest and the greatest commandment is to love my neighbor as I love myself. So I'm not going to do these things to them. We've got to stop looking at people just because they're living a good life, they have good things going, and they look successful, that being a good person is a good enough qualification. If they're sowing discord, if they're sowing confusion, if they're toxic, then good person is that limit. But that doesn't mean we're supposed to be following them just because they have such a glorious lifestyle that's what's presented to us on the outside, but the inside is rotten to the bone. Because at the end of the day, regardless if you're good or not, whatever seeds that you sow, you will reap. And I'm not talking about karma, because karma is not of the Yah, period. I don't understand why people like to mix them in with karma, but karma is a Hindu and Buddhist belief, which is vindication by their lowercase g God. You understand? And it's done in a vengeful way. However, with Yahuwah, yeah, a person that did me wrong may reap from what they've sown, but if I celebrate that, I'm about to reap too, because I shouldn't be celebrating their downfall. I should be praying for them. So instead, I'm going to reap the consequences of what the seed that I sown of happiness when somebody else failed. That's the difference between karma and sowing seeds. Because at the end of the day, my faith should be in Yah, that He will vindicate me, not myself, unless He instructs me otherwise, of course. Everybody, wherever they live, they follow a crime page on that's catered to or curated to their city, their state, whatever. And I just noticed a lot in the comments. Oh, you don't know what this person was stealing for. You wrong for that. Oh, you don't know what this person, they might have been defending themselves and da-da-da. At the end of the day, they're a good person. You have no right. But again, there's a difference between a good person and a righteous person. And a good person will reap the seeds that they have sown. You understand? I don't think people understand that. See, I think the problem is we watch so much TV and television where you get the bad guy who's put in a light of a good guy because they're going through this, or they're struggling, or they've done good things for the community or for a family member. And in that good person, we lose the focus of them still being a bad person. If we want to be real, they're really a bad person. But because of the good things that they're doing, they're labeled as a good person. So we overlook everything else and feel like anything that comes from the consequences of their decisions, that they're being treated unfairly. Come out of Babylon.